Hello my yogi friends, my name is Natasha. Welcome to class. You will need a couple of yoga blocks, maybe a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can stack your yoga blocks, maybe put a blanket or a pillow on top. We are going to start in a seated straddle, little pancake stretch to relax, get grounded, stretch a little bit, do some Pilates activation of the core, and then get into our flow sequencing. We have a warm-up flow, part 1, part 2, and we'll combine that. And then don't miss just the flow, where we just flow out the sequence, no warm-up, cool down, no slowing things down or breaking things down. All right, meet me in a straddle. If you can't take a wider straddle, you're more than welcome to bend the knees, shorten your range, maybe even put your knees up on the pillow or your prop. We're gonna melt in and see if you can drop your chin, your shoulders, round your spine, and just get comfortable. Again, if you need more height, you can stack a block, whatever you need to just soften and ground in here. Soften through the forehead, eyebrows, the jaw, the tongue. Arrive into your space. And we always set an intention to move intuitively, listening to our bodies, pushing when we can push, and resting when we need to rest or modify. There's no right or wrong. You're gonna explore movement with breath throughout the practice. If you get a little lost, you can always pause or repeat the sequence another day. See if you can soften something through the spine, the hips. Soften the neck. Get a little bit heavier. And we'll start some deep breaths. Inhale into the back. Big sigh out the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Filling up back, sides, belly, and then sighing out. Perhaps using Ujjayi pranayama breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feeling that slight restriction and vibration on the back of the throat. And listening to the sound of the ocean or the wind. Engaging your core at the bottom of the breath, shrinking everything in. And then that expansive inhale that stretches into the back, sides, and belly. Drawing out. Maybe holding a moment at the top and exhaling to the very bottom of your breath and holding a moment at the bottom. Let go of distractions, expectations, and judgment. And then let's go ahead and ragdoll up. You can place your hands on your block or your prop. We'll do a little neck release. Drop your ear heavy to one side or roll forward. Linger on that other side or any sticky spots. Go back and forth at your own pace. We'll take some gentle head turns. Look over one shoulder and the other. As you look over, add your arms. One reaches on outer thigh, the other hand at small of the back. Lengthen and twist. Switch. Wrap your hand on your outer thigh and to the small of the back. Lengthen and twist with a deep breath. And come back to center. We're going to take our hands behind our head and add some little dipping side bends. You could touch your thigh here. Or if you're ready, you can widen your legs and even go for touching down behind your knee at your mat. Using your obliques, try to take your time coming up with your exhale. Sit up nice and tall. Again, listening to your body, you might have bent knees and a shallower straddle. And you could use a Pilates exhale, forcing that air out of the mouth if that feels more natural. And dip. Let's add a little more weight to that by reaching your arms up and dipping over and squeezing up. Feel that side body do that heavy lifting of your upper body. Dip, lift, and dip, and lift. Let's stretch our arms out to the sides of your room and add a twist and fold. So maybe you reach for your toes. If that's too far, it's a little shallower. If you can go deeper, go deeper. Twist, fold, twist and fold. Rotate through the trunk and then press it out. Bring your right hand diagonal, fingers back, and we're gonna lift the hips if you can and take a little floating fallen triangle. You can bend your knees or keep them straight and take some sweeping shoulder circles. Good. Slowly sit back down. If you still have that prop, let's counter stretch the wrists. Blink out your fingers. And then we'll sweep our left hand behind and diagonal. Lift your hips, turn those toes that direction, and circle sweep your shoulders a few times. We will see a fallen triangle in our flow a bit later, and then go ahead and sit here. Counter stretch those wrists. All right, you can lean back a little bit. Bring your hands behind you. We're gonna take some hip lifts, lifting across your ankle, up and around, toes up. See if you can lift high using your core, your hip flexor, and your quad strength. Engage wherever you are. Just find that effort in the move from your center and your breath. One more time. Lift, cross, lift, and hold. Bring both legs over that bolster here, and we'll move through some cat-cow. Round and lengthen. Good. Round the spine and lengthen. Give yourself a little space behind you. We're gonna just incorporate some abdominal rolls. Meet me stacked, and then your feet are gonna float. They're either on blocks or on the pillow or your bolster. Roll down to the small of the back. Take a moment to drop your head and maybe your arms. Then exhale, hands over chest, tuck your chin, curl your spine on up, and dip into a little fold. We'll just do that one more time. Lift to stack. Round it down. Let your feet float. Try to imprint each part of the spine, shoulders, head, hands. And then exhale, hands up, tuck your chin, C-curve, tuck your tailbone, and then roll on up into a fold. Take another breath in this fold, this time melting over the thighs if you can. And dropping in, filling up the back and releasing. Good, remove that little prop there, and we will pick it up later when we hit our pigeon pose, but for now we can take a few 90-90 or little windshield wiper hips. One hip internally rotates, the other hip externally rotates. Some with the hands down and maybe some with your arms reaching in front of you. Try to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. From here, we'll try a yogi squat with or without hands. See if you can press into your feet. Let's do a tiptoe, highest heel, and some fingertip strength pressing down. And then try to rock back into your heels, palms to heart center, stretching the wrists. One more time, fingertips and tippy toes. Maybe lift and lower the hips. Sink into your heels. Elbows pry knees apart, thumbs to heart center, gaze up. And then exhale, bring those hands down, walk into tabletop. One more set of cat-cow or swoosh your hips from side to side. Whatever's calling here. Barrel circles, connect the breath. From here, we're gonna walk our hands a few inches away from your shoulders so we can start to lower onto the elbows and then up to the hands. Little triceps, slowly lower, press into the fingers and lift. Lower to the forearms. Now cat, curl the back, look at your belly, round the spine. Lift head, chest, tailbone, press up into the hands. One more time, lower onto the forearms, cat back curl, and stay here. We're gonna thread the needle from a forearm table, slide your right arm under the left, and drop your right shoulder and side of the head for a breath. And then we'll switch. Both forearms down, left arm threads under, left side of the head and shoulder, press down. Breath. And come on back. Let's add on a leg lift. Right arm threads under, rest your shoulder and side of the head, and then try to lift your left foot up for little donkey kicks for 4. For 3, squeeze your glutes and hamstrings. Balance 2. And hold it up on 1. Maybe try to extend a straight leg back there, core braced, and bring it down. Switch sides. Right elbow out, left arm threads. Get comfortable in the shoulder and the side of the head, and then we take these right glute squeeze leg lifts, donkey kick up. 4, 3, 2, squeeze that booty and stay up on 1. Extend your toes behind you. Squeeze your hamstrings, glutes, core braced. Pull the knee back in and press onto your forearms, into your hands, and rock back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your down dog, stretching your calves, your hamstrings. Press into your fingertips, draw your chest towards your toes. All right, this little warm-up sequence, we're gonna repeat 4 times. Listen to the cues and try to just get flowy in your body. Starting with some spinal waves, walk your feet mat width so it's gentler on the back when we go into our up dog. Round your spine high, curl it into a high plank, and then swoosh the hips through, chest puffs forward, shoulders press down. We have an up dog on toes, and curling round the spine back to down dog. One more time. Round it forward, engage your core, release into high plank, and then swing your hips and chest forward. Maybe gaze up, exhale, curl round the spine back. Beautiful. All right, walk your feet just a little bit closer, still kind of wide. We'll take a chaturanga this time, or knees, chest, chin. Round your weight forward to plank. Here's your option, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Bring your right hand to the middle of your mat, open up into a side plank, staggered legs. Dip your hips like a sideways up dog. You can hover or actually melt down and lift back up. Your left foot is going to pull forward up towards the right thumb. You can pause here on this first one, maybe add a gentle pulse. Spin over your right shoulder, your left knee stays bent, Skandasana, side, lunge, switch sides, right knee bends, shift to the back of your mat, Skandasana, side lunge, going to your flexibility. Now we get to spin to the back of the mat, lunge to down dog, drag your right foot back. Widen your stance, connect to the breath. Let's do it again. Each one will move a little bit faster. Rounding forward, up dog on toes, swing, and then curl and round back. Spinal wave 2, roll forward, unfurl, sweeping hips, squeeze the glutes, heart forward, shoulders down, exhale, push it back. Here we roll forward, hit that high plank, add your knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, elbows back. Left hand to the middle, open side plank, you could circle that wrist. Dipping hips, melt. Lift back to that side plank. This time your right foot is gonna pull forward. You can even assist it with your right hand. And then pulse a few lunges just because it's our first time here. Spin over your left shoulder, keep your right knee bent, Skandasana. It could be a toe stand variation, it could be higher or lower. To the front of your mat, left knee bend, Skandasana. Spin forward, lunge, slide back, down dog. All right, let's do that a little quicker. And just one spinal wave here. Maybe your feet are a little closer now that our spine's a little more awake. Here we go, round it forward. Up dog on toes. Downward facing dog. Round it back. Round it forward to your chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Left hand to center, side plank. Dip your hips. Lift your hips. Pull your right foot forward. Spin left, Skandasana, right knee bends. To the back of your mat, Skandasana, left knee bends. Spin to the back of your mat, down dog, slide back. Round it forward, spinal wave. Up dog on toes, stretch. Downward facing dog, curl back. Round it forward to plank, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Right hand to center, lift to side plank. Lower your hips, dip and lift. Left foot pulls around and forward. Spin over your right shoulder, left knee bends, Skandasana, side to side. Front of your mat now, right knee bends. Spin forward, down dog. Hopefully we're nice and warm. We can hold a down dog, or we could take a moment in a kneeling position or a child's pose. Maybe a sip of water or just your hair. Take a couple rounds of breath here, and we're gonna go into our flow. So that was just part of a warm-up sequencing to get everything moving and flowing. Round out or circle your wrists, your shoulders. Counter stretch your palms backwards, upside down. Anything you need to do here as we start our flow. We do have a side plank starting in a fallen triangle, starting with some pretty active and challenging poses, but then we get some time to rest in a pigeon, and you'll want your bolster or maybe your blanket or blocks to fold over. So we'll start it hard and then we'll get a little bit of a break. Meet me in downward facing dog. Split your right foot up to the sky. We're gonna cross our right ankle over the left and dip the hips to your left. Take a little dip. Then your right knee squeezes onto your tricep. And we split again. 2 more times just like that. Cross your right ankle over your left. Spin your left hip to the side and down, and then squeeze into a plank tuck. Last one. Split. Ankles cross. Left hip spins down. Right knee to tricep. Now, side plank with a tree leg. Put your right foot up on your leg somewhere, and then see if you can lift into side plank. It's pretty challenging. Then I'll modify this one first time through. Find a plank, keep abducting your right knee, lower your left knee, knees, chest, chin. Plank, this right foot now threads across for fallen triangle. Lift your chest, push your shoulder down, split your legs, and then here's our drag into pigeon. Right knee slides towards the right wrist, and we get to soften. Maybe grab your bolster, and let's take some breaths here in this folded sleeping pigeon after those very challenging drills. Breathe into the back. Try to keep your hips square so the left hip is in line with the right, even if you have lots of space under your right sit bone. Feel that right hip externally rotating as you gently guide some weight there. One more breath. Then use that prop to lift your heart and feel the left back hip flexor and quad, and engage your back body, gently back bending into your pigeon. Press down into the blocks or the bolster. Gaze maybe up. Beautiful. Let's push that prop away. We're going to sit on both sit bones, spin to the left, bring your right foot to your inner thigh, tree, and fold towards the back left toes. So I'm not mirroring you, so listen to those cues, do the best you can. It's not about perfection, it's just exploration, breath, fun movement, no judgment. From here, cartwheel your right hand to the top of the mat and elevate onto that front knee. You can even pull the knee back under the hip for a kneeling side plank. Drop your right ear heavy towards the shoulder and let that left elbow frame fall as you stack your elbow and shoulder. Hand is heavy. All right, both hands are gonna lift you up, so it's a pretty big oblique work there. And gate pose towards the back toes, side bend, tuck your tailbone. Feel that right side body lengthening. And cartwheel back. This time, abduct, lift your left leg, and give me that partridge. Hug your heel in, and then gently kick your foot back. Can you gaze to the front of your mat, in that direction? And imagine you're bringing your toes towards your head, back bending. All right, we are gonna wanna block here in a moment. We're gonna let go of the foot. Step that left foot to the top of your mat. Scoop a block up, highest setting, I think, and push it away from your hands. We can lift up into a revolved half moon. Right leg up. Scissor those inner thighs, stack your shoulders. Push out the back foot. Now hamstring curl your heel to butt and try to lift your knee. Then pull that knee onto your tricep like we did in the plank tuck. You can even bend the elbow, making a little shelf, like a flamingo or kind of a part crow pose. Then put that right foot down and slide your left foot back as you stack into a regular half moon here, stacking shoulders, ribs, and hips. We're gonna bring your fingers, left fingers in front of your heart, and then give me a toe tap. Fingers and toes meet. Press it back. One more time. Fingers, hand in front of chest, reaching long, and then toe tap. And back. Beautiful job. We're gonna float it down. Forward fold, melt, Uttanasana. Let your head hang heavy, release your spine, shake it out, sway it out, connect to the breath. Whew, on your halfway lift, let's swing your arms back, gazing right over that block if it's there. Squeeze your belly and collapse. Then ragdoll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. At the top of your mat, shake, wiggle, vibrate, bounce, drink some water. You get a little moment to yourself here. All right, we are gonna go back for side 2 of the first part of the sequencing. Remember, the block is helpful for the half moon series. The bolster is helpful for that sleeping pigeon. You may or may not need the props, but definitely take advantage if you have them and you do need them. Spread your toes, tuck your tailbone, Tadasana mountain. Let's flow, half sun salutation down. Inhale to back bend. Exhale, swan, heart leads you, head falls last. On your halfway lift, gaze to the top of the mat, then crouch it down so you can jump or walk back to plank, chaturanga, or cobra, up dog. Sorry, chaturanga or knees chest in, up dog or cobra, followed by exhale, downward facing dog. Remember the drill, we're gonna split our left leg up, cross your left ankle over your right, spin your right hip into a dip, and then your left knee crunches onto your tricep, plank tuck. We have our split. Cross your ankle, dip your right hip, your toes spin left, and then tuck. One more time. Down dog split. Cross your ankle, spin your right hip down, draw your left knee onto your tricep. All right, keep that knee there as you spin to your right hand. Can you tree your side plank? Lift your hips, push your shoulders down, engage your core, your glutes on. We have option for a tree push-up or knees, chest, chin. It's very challenging. Keep your knee abducted and lift, or knees, chest, chin. Then kick through for fallen triangle. Lift your heart, push up your hips as you push the shoulder down. Then we get to rest. Drag your left knee across, rotate your hips to square, and grab a hold of that bolster and stretch it out here. So I find release in that hip and that spine. Should feel pretty comfortable. Maybe something's talking to you on your left hip that's rotating, but trying to find that gentle ease through your exhale breath. And also that those moments of kind of activating and surrendering, wiggling, exploring, moving the breath into those tighter parts. From here, walk up onto your hands, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, engage into that back body. Now feeling your back, quad, and hip flexor gently back bending. Slip that prop away or just rotate to your right, draw your left foot to your inner thigh and fold towards your back right toes. So you will want that prop out. Big breath into the hamstrings. Cartwheel your left hand to the top of your mat, elevate onto the knee, drag it back if you need to, and then drop your head heavy, frame your head with that right arm. Your hand dangles, your side body stretches, your neck releases. Now lift upward with both hands, use your core, stretching to the back toes, side stretch, gate pose, breath here. Tuck your tailbone, lengthen that elbow and shoulder up. Now cartwheel back, abduct your right leg and grip onto the top of the foot, starting with the hamstring curl, quad hip flexor stretch into your back bend. Gaze forward and puff that chest out as you squeeze into your back body. Let the shoulder and chest open with that foot kicking behind you. Release the foot, stepping around. Scoop up a block. You have revolved half moon. Left foot back. Try to stack your shoulders, scissor your inner thighs, square hips. Heel curls in towards your glutes, and then lift your knee if you can. Oof. Now pull that knee onto the shelf of your tricep. Maybe bend the elbow. Again, a block is helpful, but you might be able to do this on the mat. We're switching feet. Left foot drops into the middle of the mat and right foot gets to sweep back. This time stacking shoulders, ribs, and hips. We have our half moon. Your left hand's gonna pull, your right hand's gonna pull forward your top hand, and then your right toes get to tap, pull forward and back. You might try to challenge yourself by picking up your left hand, not really using the block. Toe tap in front of your heart. Squeeze back to half moon. Step forward, fall forward, melting into your Uttanasana, forward bend. Halfway lift, charge your arms back and your heart forward, flight. And then soft knees, ragdoll up, stacking your vertebra, and we rise. Shake it all out. Take some moments here. We get to do that again. We will more of a fun, fluid sequence, and then add on the second part of the flow. All right, this time through, we probably won't have time for that bolster. We'll just hit the pigeon and move on, but you still might want that block for your reverse or revolved half moon to half moon. Meet me at the top of your mat, roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine, inhale to back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, head falls last. Inhale, halfway lift. If you would like, you can do a crow to your flow. Lean forward, lift your feet. If that's not there for you, just meet us in your chaturanga half flow. Into your up dog and your down dog. Of course, that crow is optional. All right, take your right foot up, squeeze your toes up, glutes on. Now cross your ankles, dip your left hip, right knee onto the tricep, plank tuck. Just one more. Split, ankles cross, left hip dips, right knee on tricep. Spin to your left hand, tree side plank, into your tree chaturanga or knees chest chin. Slice that foot across, fallen triangle, pull that knee in, pigeon. Take a breath. Now spin to your left toes. You're gonna sit onto both sit bones, pull your right foot to your inner thigh and fold. Cartwheel your right hand forward, lift up onto your right knee, side plank modified on the knee. Both arms lift, gate pose, side stretch. Come back to that modified kneeling side plank, this time abduct. Give me that hamstring curl, let foot grab, and kick. Here I have a tiger pose option. We're gonna switch hands to the diagonal of the mat, drop your left hand. Take your right hand for your left foot, charge your toes up and gaze forward. Switch hands and step forward. Left foot pulls to the right thumb. Scoop up your block, maybe a lower setting, and we have revolved half moon. Hamstring curl, knee higher, knee on right tricep. Switch, right foot down, swing your left foot back, half moon. Maybe you take sugar cane, grab the top of your foot and pull the knee up, just like we did in partridge. Release, now toe tap. Fingers and toes in front of your chest, and swing back one more time. Scoop it forward, swing it back. Here's where we move on. Big step back, reverse warrior. Right arm lifts, right knee is bent. Take a deep breath in. Moving into a kneeling, revolved, kind of half camel lunge. Listen up. Left knee comes down as your heel spins up. Right hand's gonna cartwheel back towards your left heel. Maybe your fingers find your heel and we back bend. If you cannot reach your heel, just press your hand into the small of the back or at your waist. Spiraling our right hand forward to a block or the mat. Lift off your back knee, rotate down to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Straight arms, straight legs, tuck your pelvis. Maybe a block here. From triangle, wide leg fold. Pull your right front toes in and fall forward. Grab your opposite elbow. Maybe some sways. It's a loud truck. Let your head fall heavy. Engaging into your hamstrings, dipping into your toes, challenging your fold, and maybe even finding a quick inversion here, completely optional. It could be a little headstand, a forearm stand, even just a moment of a lift. Okay, now, wide leg fold, lift up halfway, spin to low lunge to the back of your mat. Left knee bends, left arm lifts. We're facing the back of our mat. Your left arm can spiral behind the back. Lift the shoulder, lift the gaze. Press into those right fingers. Melt your hips down a little deeper. From here, it's half Lord of the Fish. Step your left foot in slightly, and then hug the right knee around your left ankle. Sit. Twist to the front of your mat. Both sit bones are down. We're gonna try to hook your elbow around your left thigh and then pull your palms to heart center. Gazing towards the top of your mat. Using your tricep and your elbow for leverage against that left thigh or just outside the knee. Connect to the breath. Soften your face. All right, from here, we're gonna try a modified side crow. You have options. Lift your left foot and try to keep this connection of your left elbow hooking across your left knee. Step on the right foot, okay? So you're here. Elbow hooking over the thigh. Right foot down, rock your hands down, and lift your hips as you step onto the right foot. Gaze forward. This is your modified position because your back foot gets to stay down. You can take a pause and try it again. If you do have a side crow, you can extend both legs straight, both legs bent, or again, keep the right foot down. Right elbow hooks, even maybe grab your left leg to help it there. Press onto your right foot, lean forward. Very optional, both legs can pull out. Right foot back, left foot threads back, right foot hops forward, lizard lunge. Again, with a gentle twist, grab your back foot, optional. Spiral your shoulder up. And we get to tuck our back toes, lift off the knee, and kick the left foot through the open space to the top of the mat. Now, right foot in, right shoulder inside knee. Both palms swing behind the back with your palms up. Maybe your fingers find each other. Drop your nose to your knee. You're binding around your right leg. And it's okay if your fingers don't find each other. See if you can fold a little deeper. Maybe even flex those front toes. And release. Both feet can slide out. Find a forward fold. All right, before we go into our second and final side, some playful options here if you want to take them. We're going to drag our feet in, circle swoop your right hand back for a crab reach, hips and heart up. Have a seat, boat pose, toe tap. Oh, lost it, toe tap. Left fingers circle back, crab reach, squeeze your glutes up, puff your chest up, boat tap. You could do that again, or you can hold your boat. Crab reach, Navasana boat. All right, then here, I'm gonna leave it up to you. How do you wanna get to the top of your mat? Do you wanna just stand, walk up there? Do you wanna do a vinyasa? Do you wanna roll to a handstand, roll to your feet and stand? A million options. I don't have a lot of space, but I'm gonna try to jump up. And I didn't make it, so I'm gonna try it again. All right, however you got yourself up, meet me in forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your head be heavy. If you did go on your hands and you wanna take a quick gorilla, to press your toes into your wrists and hang, massaging your hands, your wrists with your toes, then release. Halfway lift, engage your core. And from this halfway lift this time, let's chair Utkatasana squat. And then we'll rise. All right, here's your time to just shake it out. Fix your clothes, fix your hair. Release your wrists, your shoulders, your neck. Maybe take a sip of water. final time through the flow. If you need more time, hit that pause button. Otherwise, we're just gonna take our flow on our own. Remember, you have the option to crow jump back or handstand jump back, whatever you'd like to do to meet me in down dog. Tadasana. Inhale, back bend, press into your toes, squeeze your glutes, lift your heart, maybe drop your head. Swan dive down. And then again, your choice. It could be crow, crane, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Left foot splits. Cross your ankles, spin your right hip to the side, dip, left knee tucks high. One more. Split, ankles cross, spinning right hip dips, left knee crunches. Now spin to right hand, tree side plank. Lift your hips, push your shoulders down, grip into those fingers. Plank to knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga with your tree leg. Pretty tough. Kick across, fallen triangle. 2 pigeons. Drag your knee over and across and find your pigeon. Just a breath or 2. Sit, spin to your right. Bring your left foot to inner thigh and fold to your back right toes. A breath. Left hand cartwheels to the top of the mat. Elevate to your knee. Modified side plank. Head heavy. Both hands gather up. Gate pose to your right again. Back toes. Cartwheel forward. Abduct your right leg. Curl your heel in. Grab your foot. And kick back. Partridge. Kind of like a side dancer. All right, remember that tiger pose option. We're gonna switch our right hand down, turn forward, left hand grabs right foot, ooh, and then we try to kick your toes up there, pressing your chest forward, your right shoulder down. Kind of wobbly, do your best. Switch hands, step your right foot forward, maybe scoop up a block. Revolved half moon. Hamstring curl, heel to butt, left knee higher, and then left knee tucks in. Little flamingo crow. Switch feet, left foot down, right foot slices back, stack shoulders, ribs, and hips, and we have your option for sugar cane. Ooh, I'm falling now. Grabbing the inside or outside of your foot, doesn't matter. Just kick that knee up again, a little dancer variation. Sugar cane from half moon. Then expand your hand in front of your chest and your toes meet your fingers 2 times. Fingers forward, toe tap, swing back. Here we go. Reverse warrior. Plant your right foot down, bend your left knee, and revolve backwards. Feel that left side body. Maybe you wiggle your feet to a better place. Take one more breath. Gaze forward, spin your heel up and your knee down, and spiral, windmill your left hand back to your hip, your back, or try to find your heel. Back bend here. Slowly lift, left hand forward, right knee lifts, heel presses down, Trikonasana triangle, with or without your block. Don't be afraid to readjust where you land. You're never stagnant. You're always kind of wiggling, adjusting, sending your breath, stacking your shoulders, tuck your tailbone, lift that right hip, maybe float off the block, maybe ditch the block, and then draw your left foot in. Grab your opposite elbow and fold right over the middle. Any options here? Swaying, relaxing, or if you're just very motivated to invert, any kind of inversion you like here. Forearm stand, headstand, maybe pressing into, maybe a handstand. So we're not staying, come up and come right back down. Spin to your back right toes, bend your front knee, twisting lunge. Your right front knee is bent. Your right hand is gonna reach behind the back and then reach that shoulder up, gaze up. Bend into the front knee, maybe it's some bounces. From twisting lunge, it's half forward of the fish. So drag your right foot a little closer, and then your left knee hugs around your ankle, and we drop into the right sit bone, spin to the top of the mat. Give yourself space to drop that right sit bone. Connect to the breath here. We're gonna try prayer hands. You're trying to hook your left elbow across or on the thigh for some leverage, and then your palms press towards that heart center. Try to breathe, try to soften. There's a lot going on in the hips and spine. Pretty intense. Slow it all down with the breath. All right, remember we get to do that little side crow prep. Doesn't have to be a full side crow. Lift your right foot and really try to hook the elbow across and slide the left foot down. You can rock into this, or you can bring your hands down, step onto the left foot, and lift your hips. Try to pull your thigh over your elbow. So you can play with that. You can take a couple takes. You really want the shelf of your tricep. Lift, lean forward. If you're trying to get both legs up, pull your heart and gaze forward so you can counterbalance the weight of your hips. Then right foot's gonna swing back, left foot's gonna jump forward, lizard lunge. Option for that lizard twist, grab your back foot, connect to the breath, maybe some swiveling. Some subtle bounces. Coming to the end of class here, we're gonna step that right foot forward. Tuck your right toes, elevate your knee, and then pull your foot through the open space. Pull the left knee in, wrap your shoulder inside the knee, both hands, palms up, spin behind the back. See if maybe you can find your fingers, dropping nose to knee. Maybe activate your front toes with a flex and keep working down, activating your quad and your breath. Release and pull both feet out. All right, coming to our final little drill. Bring your blocks right outside your hips if you think it'll help with an L-sit. Prepare your wrists. You can place the back of your hands on your blocks and blink out your fingers or the mat. We're simply gonna do a reverse plank to a L-sit. It can just be lifting your butt or trying to lift your feet and butt. Both are hard. Blocks make it slightly easier. Okay, fingers backwards, lean away. Maybe bend your knees a little bit and then scoop your hips and heart up. Maybe drop your head. Reverse plank, squeeze the backside. Have a seat, soften your knees, bring your palms onto the blocks, nice and tight in, elbows in, push, tricep press, lift your butt. The first one, maybe just get your butt up and then relax. Counter stretch the wrists. This one, if you have the strength, you could try to lift your feet and your butt into an L-sit. Of course, if you are a pro at all this, you could try to jump through and back as well. Always make the class your own, whether you're modifying or taking those amplifications, you know what to do. Good. Hands back, heart pushes forward, lift your hips. Reverse plank. Of course, you could play with some knee tucks, some leg raises. You can make this as hard as you want. Have a seat, bring your hands forward and see if you can lift into an L for 3, for 2, for 1, and either jump back, forward, or let it all go. Oh, we did it. Shake out those wrists. 1 more fold. We're gonna lengthen our spine. Lean back 45, lift your legs for boat. Flex, point, grab your feet, hold it. Lower boat, low boat. Tuck your tailbone, ground into the sacrum. Some fun options. You can squeeze your glutes and relax to rock. And you can rock side to side, massage into the lower back. Beautiful job. Can you curl yourself up? And then, just since we did have maybe you have the bolster, I'm gonna encourage you to set up in a fun way for your Savasana. You can bring your knees over your blocks, and you can find that space over your bolster. So if you want the neck supported, scoot down. If you like that open thoracic back bend with your head hanging back, however you want to set up. And of course, if you don't feel done and you still want to play with maybe some back bends or inversions, you are, of course, welcome to do so. If you're with me on this Savasana, we want to slow down everything. We want to seal in our yoga practice. Finding our natural breath, feeling the belly, heart, and the expansion on your inhale and the soft surrender on your exhale as you let go from head to toe. It's not only your body that works hard in here, it's also your mind. We're challenging your mind with these more complex combinations and flows, sequencing. So give yourself that time to clear your thoughts and find that stillness inside and out. I encourage you to stay here a while. I am going to leave you here in your pose of rest, and I want to thank you, of course. Thank you for joining me. It's an honor to have practiced with you. Drop me a heart in the comments so I can thank you personally. Make sure you have liked, you're subscribed, and maybe you shared this class with another yogi friend. Thank you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.